Hey gang, Jesse here at EC Auto Repair. So we got a 2009, 2010 model Ford pickup F-150, and during the cold weather the client had to jump this battery off. So the battery is actually a AAA battery, and it's not even a year old, so it has a 3-year free replacement. So but I'm wanting to see what it'll do under a load test today. So I just hooked up the battery tester. This one here.
How's it going?
Good. How are you? So there's another tool guy bringing us tools. The guy's investing in their future to take care of your vehicle. Awesome. So we're hooked up. You come over here and you see this little needle right here dancing around. And you just push this and you hold it for 15 seconds, or hold it for 10 seconds, is what the instructions say. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can see it literally puts the load on it. It's like a toaster on the back of it. This is an actual load tester where it actually puts the load on the battery. So it did bring it down into the weak range. The battery is shown to still be good. The fact that it died during the cold weather, and the cold weather definitely amplified it where it wouldn't start. So that's an issue of frustration for sure. What this particular client did, based on our recommendation, he got a jump pack. So there's all kinds of different jump packs. In fact, let me grab a different one. Right over here. So this is one of the jump packs that we actually use in the shop. Just because it's bigger than this one doesn't mean it's better. It doesn't mean that at all. This one is literally a different design than this one. Some jump packs, not all of them, but some of them, if the battery is completely dead, they do not detect any voltage to actually jump the vehicle off. This particular jump pack will jump any battery off, even if the voltage is completely zero. Simply turn on the switch. This is at 12.9 volts. Of course, this particular jump pack, it has a cigarette lighter, has a USB port, and it over here, yeah, underneath this door, get the door open. Well, in there's an air hose, so you can literally air up a tire with this one. So this is kind of an all-in-one, right? But it's big, it's bulky, not necessarily ideal to keep in the glove box or behind the seat, but it works out great in the shop. We use it on our roadside rigs all the time. I think we've got 4 of these. We use those all the time. But this particular little unit here is perfect for the jump start scenario. So what my client did the other day, when his truck wouldn't start, he retrieved his handy dandy little jump pack that we had recommended. And then, yeah, the packaging is always just about one size smaller than it should be. But with a little patience and perseverance, we're going to get it out. So it has a cigarette adapter too, so you can use this if you need to charge your cell phone. You can plug in your cell phone charger. Has a cable, but this is literally a dummy-proof system. See, it's got a notch in it, so it can only be plugged in one way. There's also a little positive and a little negative, just in case you can't figure out the round side and the flat side. You can look at the signs and see. And then on this particular one, it says jumper cable right there. And it has a flashlight, has type C charger, and 2 USB chargers, right? And then it has an output right here. Not really sure what that's for this thing right here. See? You plug that in, now you can plug in something else. So even like some tire inflators run off of a cigarette lighter. You could literally run a different tire inflator off of this, right? And so you just turn it on. It's going to tell you your battery level right there. This one's fully charged. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and open up this little door right here. And as you can see, there's only one way to plug this in. I cannot plug it in the wrong way. It just don't go. It only plugs in one way. Go like that. We're turned on. Okay. And now, okay. So I'm always going to hook up the red to the positive and the black to the negative, always. And so as you can see on this battery, I can't see the positive, but I can see the negative mark there. On occasion, you'll have a vehicle that might have two black cables, so it's hard to tell which one is which, but the negative is the negative, so that's always going to be black. And then the red is the positive, right? And so look at this. We got one cable, two cable, three cables. So we got a cable running the fuse box, we got a cable running the alternator, we got a cable running the starter. We got a lot of different cables on this. And then of course we got the battery right here. So I don't know if there's really a right or wrong place to hook it up. You just hook it up wherever's best. I can either hook it up like that and kind of be right on the cables, right? Or since I've got such a good connection here, I can hook it up right here. Make sure that's all tight. So it's always best to hook up the red one first. That's a good rule of thumb to follow. And then I'm going to hook up the negative, right? And this one tells me that I've done it correctly, and the light says correct. That means I'm correct. I didn't make a mistake. And I'll show you if I do it wrong, then it's going to look something like this. And it's going to give me a red light, which we all know if we see red and blue lights behind us, we're in trouble. No different here. If we see a red light, we're in trouble. So I need to reverse the cables. I shouldn't go ahead and proceed. So isn't it so handy that it tells you that before you burn up a computer on the pickup? It's amazing. And I don't think it'll allow it to deliver voltage until it's correct. Now there's a battery inside here, but there's also a capacitor inside here that gives it a tiny extra push. So if it's super cold, or if it's just needing an extra boost, maybe you're trying to start a diesel pickup or something, you can literally push the boost and then allow that capacitor to dump its extra charge into the battery as well. Okay, and so if the battery was completely dead, we're going to make sure nothing is sitting here in the engine compartment. And you hang tight, you watch it, but it should start. And it'll start like that even when it is a dead battery. And let me show you what the load test looks like on a battery that actually does test bad. So this particular battery was in a client's vehicle that came in the other day. Mr. Juan, okay, was in his vehicle, and this battery is no good. We put it on the charger, we allowed it to charge for quite some time, and then like just an hour later it still wouldn't start the car. But that's the funny thing about voltage, right? Is like, see, it shows that it's got 12 volts right now, but it's not got any load under it. What's super important to understand about voltage and what's super important to understand about electricity is you always want to do a test with it under a load. So watch this needle. I put it under a load and it falls, where is that? All the way to like 4, right? It was initially shown to be 12, but this one is testing really bad. And so whenever you push the button to start it, or you turn the key, it's instantly starting to 4 volts. It'll barely even turn on the buzzer on this. It won't even make it turn orange on the leads like the rest of it did on the load. So always, just because a battery tests 12 volts with a voltmeter doesn't mean it's 12 volts. You got to check it when it's under a load. That makes sense? So this vehicle started. While we're talking, let me go to my emergency kit and I'll show you how to use the jumper cables. So over here, we're gonna simulate, we're gonna use our imagination, and we're gonna imagine that this Camry is dead. And I'm gonna go to my handy dandy little emergency kit. Let's pretend that I'm at the gas station or something and I don't have a jump pack. Then I can have these. And this little kit here is super cheap. It's like 20 bucks or less. I've never even opened this one yet, so y'all are my guinea pigs. Thank you. Okay, all right. Put some of this stuff away right here. Okay. So, do I hook up to the live vehicle or the dead vehicle first? Honestly, it doesn't really matter, but I generally hook up to the dead vehicle first. Okay? Now, when you're using actual jumper cables, you don't want to touch them together or it'll spark. I'll show you that in a minute. Okay? So on this vehicle, you can see, it's very easy to see, big old plus sign, and it's red. So that's where the red cable is going to go, right? So we're going to hook up, we're going to just pull that off like that. And I'm going to put this on like this. Okay. I'm doing great. Okay. These instructions might even tell you the same thing. I'm not sure. But you don't even need the instructions because I'm showing you how to do it. So we got red to positive, black to negative. And see, if these accidentally touch, because this is actually a good battery, see, we got sparks. Okay? That's another reason why I like hooking up to a dead vehicle first. That way if these do accidentally come in contact, I don't have the same fireworks show. It's also very important that you don't want to have a gas can laying around or don't want anybody getting hurt. And you don't want these to touch any pieces of metal on the vehicle. So if I was using these instead, I would just get this out of the way and put it over here like yay. Okay. And the better contact I can make, then the better off I'm going to be. So that's going to be a good connection right there. And that's going to be a good connection right there. And now the vehicle would start. And the vehicle you're using to jump, you do want to have it running. That way the alternator can charge the system and keep everything, and you'll have the maximum voltage. So any questions about that? Can't think of any questions. Any questions? So on some cars, they don't, you can't see the battery, but there'll literally be a jumping point or a starting point or a boosting point. Be like a red lug and then a negative lug. So that's where you'd hook up in those cases. You can consult your owner's manual to know exactly how to jump off a vehicle in those situations. So, all right, this helped. Thank you for watching. Stay charged. Be great.